Tomorrow, man, Thursday night football. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders in a fight for first place. It just don't get no better than this, for real, man. It don't get no better than this. A fight for first place. Commanders fans have been excited all year. Just happy to be here, if you ask me. Philadelphia Eagles fans, we know exactly. We are exactly where we always at. You know what I'm saying? The numbers don't lie. Look at Nick Sirianni. Wins. First time in franchise history where the Philadelphia Eagles have started at least 7-2 in 3 straight years. I would say Jalen Hurts got a lot to do with that. He's been the quarterback during that stretch. You got to give him credit. You got to put respect on his name. We getting a lot of people back. You know what I'm saying? Mailata coming off of IR for this game. This is a big one. And a lot of undercover haters are being unsheathed, unclothed, exposed. Dominique Foxworth, I ain't know Buddy was Dak Prescott's cousin. So it would be in his best interest to say things like he would take Jayden Daniels over Jalen Hurts, even though Jalen Hurts is an all-pro, been to a Super Bowl. A lot of people love to make the excuse for the success of Jalen Hurts, and they want to say weapons this, weapons that, and it make me sick. It make me sick to my stomach. It don't hurt me. It make me sick that they could be that naive. We watch this game every Sunday. Sometimes the weapons don't matter. Sometimes you just need to have you a good quarterback. You need a good quarterback and you need weapons. You need a good quarterback and you need weapons. I've seen quarterbacks fall with weapons, and I've seen quarterbacks get the most out of their weapons. And that's what good quarterbacks do, get the most out of their weapons. So why do we got to hold Jalen Hurts' feet to the fire? Because he knows how to use what's around him. Dak Prescott can't even be competent with what's around him. He can't. Jalen Hurts already has 10 passing touchdowns or 12 passing touchdowns on the season. 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. I like Jayden Daniels, but Jayden Daniels is still a young pup in this thing, man. Still a young pup in this thing. They want to know how will the Philadelphia Eagles be able to duplicate what the Pittsburgh Steelers do, what the Pittsburgh Steelers did. The running theme is we don't got the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. We don't. Well, we got one of the best linebackers in the National Football League, and Zach Bond. You know, our linebacking core is better. Every position group is better than the Commanders. Let's stop kidding ourselves, man. Let's stop kidding ourselves. You can't ask us who we played because it's no matter who's been lined up against us for the last 3 years, we've at least started 7-2. So it don't matter who we played. We not new to jumping out the gate good. We not new to that. Y'all new to that. So that's why it matter who y'all played. This video is brought to you by BetUS. Big BetUS in the building. Use code YouTube150. What that does is it enables you to get 150% on your first deposit. 150%, 125% on your next 2 after that. BetUS been holding y'all down all season. We just over halfway through the season, and BetUS going to continue to hold y'all down, man. So make sure you tap in, get your personalized betting agent, all of that stuff, man. Big BetUS going to come through for the win, and they're going to come through for you. Gamble responsibly. Don't be like Terrence Parsons, man. Don't make bets that your ass can't cash. Don't be like that, you know. But, you know, at the end of the day, what we out here doing is we looking for something much more than what the Commanders are looking for. We looking for, you know what I'm saying? We looking for success. We looking for a Lombardi. They just looking to be in the good graces of the media. They just happy to be talked about. We ain't happy with that. We never was happy with that. We never was like that. That never got us going. You look at what Zach Bond doing. You look at what Quinyon Mitchell doing. Everybody running around here saying Guantanamo Bay. We all know where we heard it first from. I don't mean to talk my talk and pop my talk, but I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. I'm the one. I'm Crystal Ball Brunson. I'm the one that I'm Hurt Season. I'm Guantanamo Bay. I'm Ski Mask Howie. I'm a content curator. I've evolved from a creator. I'm a curator. I bring fine arts to this space. And the Philadelphia Eagles gonna bring ass kicking on Thursday Night Football to the Commanders. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I'm not even worried about that. So I'm gonna go over some tape, over some ways that I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles can use a few schemes to beat the Commanders. A few schemes to beat the Commanders. And I think that we could duplicate these things. There's some things that the Commanders did that I really, really enjoy. I really enjoyed some of the things the Commanders did. And if we replicate these things that I'm about to show you, the Eagles going to win this game 34-20 at the link. Fly, Eagles, fly, man. So how, in fact, did the Pittsburgh Steelers stifle the rookie sensation Jayden Daniels, and can the Philadelphia Eagles replicate that? How'd they do it? You know, the mesh charge concept is exactly how they did it. So basically, the mesh charge concept is when the quarterback and the running back are at this point right here where you don't know who's going to have the ball. The edge rusher will always have the discipline to just go after the quarterback regardless. You know what I mean? And that's what you see right here is happening with Watt. He's always going to go after the quarterback. And this is what the Philadelphia Eagles have to do against the Washington Commanders tomorrow night. At all times, go against the quarterback. Go for the quarterback. Now, that leaves you kind of vulnerable in situations because that particular edge rusher, in this situation is TJ Watt, is unable to, play the run. So you're one guy down. So you see they were able to get a little wiggle room, make a couple things happen. But at the end of the day, this is a great practice to have. This is a great tool to teach if you're going against a mobile quarterback. And, I feel like Pittsburgh is going to do this, against Baltimore this week as well. But if you always go for the quarterback, you never could be wrong. Other guys just got to be disciplined. That's what it boils down to. It boils down to your other guys being disciplined. And you see it time and time again. Another way that they mix it up is they ran this gap scheme where you see TJ Watt coming inside, diving straight inside, and then you see, I think that's Queen scraping on the outside. So that kind of confused the quarterback into actually keeping the ball. But it's all about eye discipline. You'll see it again right here. You'll see TJ Watt go into the inside, and you'll see everybody else scrape on the outside. It's a beautiful, beautiful gap scheme, by the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, one of the major things is people are asking, can the Philadelphia Eagles, do we have the personnel and the defense to run these type of schemes? And I'm going to have to say yes. When you look at the numbers, we're the best defense in the league. We're the best defense in the league, man, especially over the last 3 weeks. And I think we're coming into a point of discipline. We're coming into a point of, just settling into the defense and understanding exactly what has to happen here. So, I love it. The dive inside, the quarterback thinks he might have something on the outside. He keeps the ball. But, they right there for him. They right there for him, man. They right there for him. They right there for him. Once TJ Watt commits to the inside, his read is to keep the ball. But look at this scheme. Look at the guy coming over the backside. Closing all doors, closing all windows. Beautiful gap scheme by the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Philadelphia Eagles have to be looking at this tape. Because I think Jayden Daniels, they forced a lot of 3-and-outs. They were in his face. They were right where they were supposed to be. Right where they were supposed to be, man. You got to look at the numbers, man, on how many times these guys actually blitzed, man. You got to look at the numbers on how many times these guys actually blitzed. It was actually quite shocking when you think about it, man. It was crazy when you think about it. They blitzed more than they have any other team because they felt like they had to speed up his clock and they had to get the ball out of his hands as fast as possible. But schemes like this, man, I don't think he's ready for. I don't think he's seen these type of things so far in the NFL. And I think Fangio presents that of a, old school mindset as well that says we're going to contain this guy and we're going to wrap up and tackle and maintain gap responsibility. Maintain gap responsibility. And, and on plays like this, sometimes speed, sometimes your guys just have to be good. We have a Zach Bond. We have guys that can chase to the boundary. Sometimes you just got to understand what's happening. But keeping him inside the pocket is our best bet. Now, I'm not trying to hear all of this noise like, oh, you don't want to keep him in the pocket. He's accurate. He's this, he's that, and the third. We're going to keep him in the pocket, and we're going to speed up his clock. And we're going to speed up his clock. But, we got the athletes on the outside to chase him around. We got the guys who understand gap responsibility. The defense is playing at an extremely high rate. And I'm looking forward to the Philadelphia Eagles proving that they do have this type of defense. Look at the rate. Look at the rate in which, they sent 5 men. Look at the rate in which the Pittsburgh Steelers sent 5 men, man. They cranked it up in week 10 and it paid off dividends. It was a lot of 3-and-outs. It just was a lot of stuff, man. There was a lot of stuff going on, a lot of 3-and-outs. And, they also use some they use some things in the passing game as well. They use some things in the passing game as well. What I like about how they defended the Commanders, you know what I mean, in terms of the passing game, I really like how they blitzed to contain. You know what I'm saying? They didn't blitz to get to the quarterback. They blitzed to keep the quarterback in one specific spot. Now, if they got to the quarterback, they got to the quarterback. That's all fine. I think in the passing game, they did an amazing job of, showing blitz while making the offensive line commit. You know what I mean? Dropping back into these zones and still being able to bring simulated pressure. You just didn't know who was going to come. But, when you don't know who was going to come, you got to be able to be accountable on the offensive line. Guys have to shift their protection. So you can already see 46 is looking like he's either dropping back or running a stunt. 6 is already applying pressure and the gaps right in front of him. And you got your guys coming off of the edge. You got a free guy coming off the edge right here. It's just great design. Now you see Queen is dropping back. Not Queen. You know what I mean? You see guys dropping back into these zones while pressure is getting into the face of the quarterback. But it's the kind of pressure that is containing him at the same time. He has nowhere to run, and they're coming so fast. Pause. You know what I mean? He has nowhere to escape. Look at it again from this angle. Guys are dropping into every window, speeding up his clock. He can't really take off and run nowhere. Being able to bring pressure and contain at the same time is just a masterclass, man, of just defensive eye discipline, just self-awareness. We have the personnel to do this. Man. We have the personnel to do this. I'm not going to sit here and say Jayden Daniels is sweet, but we got the personnel to get this done. We do have this defense. That's one of the running themes right now. We don't have the defense to do this. Look how fast they jump on him, man. And look how fast they contain him with the pressure. And look how fast he has to make a decision. Look, it looks bottled up, but it's a guy that's coming around the side that you don't even see. He would take off to that right side, but he don't see 6 just waiting in the wind, scraping and scraping and scraping and scraping. Scraping and scraping. If he takes the middle, it's a guy that looks double teamed, but he got his eyes right on that gap. It's a lot of discipline, man, in his defensive scheme. A lot of discipline. Now he has to get hot, his feet getting hot, and he got to throw a pass incomplete. You know what I mean? Being able to bring pressure while containing will be the difference in this game for the Philadelphia Eagles. I got the Philadelphia Eagles winning this game 34-20. I don't think these guys are healthy enough. I think going against 2 stout defenses back-to-back, especially on the short week, is going to pay dividends for the Philadelphia Eagles. We getting guys back, you know what I mean? And they took a little scratch on the chin, but we're going to see how it turned out, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, though, man.